Did Jesus nail the law of Moses to the cross? The answer is no, he did not. Now, I know people are saying, no, it's in the Bible somewhere. Paul says he nailed the law of Moses to the cross. No, it doesn't. The passage people use is in Colossians 2:14. It's only one passage, and they actually have to use the King James to try to twist the words to make it mean that. But let's take a look at this in Colossians chapter 2, verse 14. He says, having canceled the charge of our legal indebtedness, which stood against us and condemned us, he has taken it away, nailing it to the cross. What did he nail? Your indebtedness, your debt of sin he nailed to the cross, not the law of Moses. You see, even if he nailed the law of Moses, that doesn't do away with sin, because the Gentiles didn't have the law of Moses, yet they were indebted to God. So nailing the law of Moses does nothing to deal with your indebtedness. No, he's talking about the indebtedness, the bill of IOU that was written. He nailed it to the cross. Now, people will use the King James Version, which says he's nailed the handwritten ordinances. It is those three words, handwritten ordinances, or really, I guess, two words that people use to say, you see, that's the law of Moses. No. First of all, it cannot be the law of Moses, because he uses the word handwritten. Well, see, the Ten Commandments were not handwritten. They were given and written by the finger of God, not even his hand, just his finger. And it was God's finger, not man's hands. So he's not referring to the law of Moses at all, but rather, back in those days, as it is today, we have IOUs that are handwritten. I owe you, $500 for this loan you gave me, right? So you write down IOUs. And what Paul is using is these IOUs that we owe God. He says he nailed that to the cross. Oh, thank God he nailed the IOUs. But nowhere does it say he nailed the law of Moses. It's twisting the passage to make it mean that. That's not what it says. Now, people, unfortunately, they use this to try to preach against the moral teachings of the Old Testament. And there are people who say the Old Testament is not for us. Yes, it is. Paul wrote in 2 Timothy 4, all scripture is God-breathed and is useful for doctrine. People say you can't get your doctrine from the Bible. Yes, you can. You can get it from the Old Testament. For instruction, correction, and rebuking. No, the Old Testament scriptures are for us. But here's what you have to do. You have to read the Old Testament in light of your new covenant, in light of the redemption we have in Christ Jesus.